guys, how lovely to have you for our extra special bedtime story tonight. Do you know, I have been thinking it's really lovely to have the holidays, but they also mean that we actually don't see some of our friends, some of our family, some of the people that we love very much that we often spend all day every day with whilst we're at school or preschool or nursery. And it can make us feel a little bit disconnected, and it can make us wonder who we are when we're not with them. Now, I know that you are someone's child, you might be someone's brother or sister, you will be somebody's granddaughter or grandson, and quite frankly, to someone, if not lots of people, you are the entire world. And what's the world to us? How are we all connected? Well, one of the big things that we've learned from the invisible string story is that what connects us between people is love. And that is what our story tonight is all about. So, are you ready? Have you got your favourite much loved cuddly? Great, cuddle in and let's go. Tonight we're reading The Invisible Web, written by Patrice Cast and illustrated by Joanne Lou Retoff. The very best news ever has begun to spread all over the world, one heart at a time. Shout it from the mountaintops. Every single one of us is connected to those we love by invisible string. That means Giovanna and her daddy are always together, even though he moved to a new house. Omar can feel the tugs of love from his parents, even though he is living far away at school. Mr. Chang still feels Mrs. Chang close by, even though she died such a very long time ago. And you, at this very moment, may feel the string of someone close to you, even though they aren't there. You can't see it, but it's real. Our strings reach to everyone we know. They travel far and wide to families and friends, classmates and coaches, to bus drivers and babysitters, neighbours and pets, to aunts and uncles and grandparents and grandchildren and countless other people. And all of those people have hundreds of strings. Soaring high over the rocky peaks and across the seven seas, deep into jungles and valleys, and winding through the busiest of cities, all these strings crisscross one another and create a nest that covers the planet, interlacing us together, cradling us forever. The invisible web. The web has no borders and wraps every continent. Within it live butterflies and flowers, starfish and seahorses, lions and ants, rivers and snowstorms, and all human beings. Giovanna, Omar, Mr. Chang, and of course, you and me too. Some say it even reaches our ancestors and those we cherish in the beyond. One tug on a string sends love to every one of us woven together in this divine tapestry. And that means just one good deed travels across the entire web. Everything is linked. But sometimes folks forget. When they can't feel their strings, they forget about our invisible web. And that's when strings get tangled up. Like when lonely Louisa isn't invited to sit with anyone at her school at lunchtime. Or when sad Stefano wishes his friend Marcos wasn't so bossy when they played. Or when Mrs. Patel struggles at work without help and she wants to quit. Even violence and war can erupt when too many of us forget the web. When strings are ignored, they can become weak and begin to unravel. But the more people who care for the web, the stronger it remains. The web feels like every parent since the beginning of time, holding and protecting each one of us in millions of gentle arms. What could be stronger than all those hands holding us close? So many supportive fingers can always find a way to untangle strings so that love can flow again. But it is up to every one of us to spread the word. Our time is right now. As we tell our family and friends, sisters will remind brothers, who will write to cousins, who will call their great-grandparents, who will just nod and smile as if they'd always known. If we remember the web and tug at it often, nobody will ever be left out. We will see each other more clearly. The people of the world will look into each other's eyes. They will smile at one another. And when one of them cries, they will all want to help. And they do. Marcos apologizes to Stefano, who forgives his friend, and they have even more fun playing. Someone helps Mrs. Patel at work and tells her what a great job she's doing. She remembers that she's important and she feels happy. And Louisa feels warm and bubbly inside when a few of the kids in class ask her to join them under the banyan tree for lunch. She knows right then that the invisible web is real. After school, Louisa cries with joy as she strokes her cat, who purrs the news to the stars, and the stars whisper their secret to the clouds, who share it with the songbirds, who serenade the world with this exquisite melody of love at the start of each morning and all during the day, until, as the invisible web glitters in the magic of twilight, the owls take over and hoot the news through the night. The invisible web is alive. Its time is right now. It breathes as we breathe, pulsating all over the earth. The single heartbeat of life and love. And do you know what that makes all of us? Well, one very big family. P.S. I just love being right here in the very middle of the invisible web with you. And I love being in this invisible web with you. So tonight, before you go to sleep, I have a very special challenge for you. Tomorrow, or the day after, or the day after that, or any day really, I challenge you to raw love. What that means is maybe give someone you really love a tight cuddle. Maybe, if you go to the park, invite another child to play. Maybe you could create a snack for someone in your family. I wonder how many creative ways you can come up with to get more strings and connect this world a little tighter. I am so excited, but for now, it's time to go to sleep. So are you ready? Cuddle yourselves in tight. Close your eyes. Think of the happiest, most loved thing you can, and then have magical dreams. And tomorrow is going to be an awesome day of challenge and of lots and lots of strings. See you next time.